It is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. C-Win joining me in studio today. And we're having some fun, talking a little Vegas Golden Knights hockey. And it's funny because I'm on TMZ Sports today, and they actually have a story on NHL's Joe Pavelski from the San Jose Sharks, who scored, I believe, the first goal off of his teeth. And he's giving an interview, and he's like toothless, and it is quite something. Welcome to the NHL. I wanted to talk to our guy, Mike Babcock from TMZ Sports on that. Mike, good to catch up with you, my man. How are you?
Brian, what's going on? How are you?
Not much. We were just talking about the Vegas Golden Knights in the game last night, and you guys have this story up about Joe Pavelski. Have you ever seen anything like that? A guy scoring a goal off his teeth and then doing an interview toothless afterwards? I mean, it was nuts.
Never. That was incredible to me. I go back and forth in my mind between who are the toughest athletes. It's hockey players. No more debate.
Yeah, I mean, no question about it. I mean, we see bunch of guys without teeth. It happens all the time, but rarely do you see a guy scoring a goal off his teeth. C-Win, have you ever seen anything like that before, C-Win?
I have not seen anything like that. And look, you want to light the lamp, obviously, if you're in the NHL, but that's a tough way to do it, is to take it off your grill and lose a couple chiclets just to, get in the scoring column.
Yeah, that was nuts. So, Mike, as you know, yesterday, the sports world in L.A., it was a crazy day, mainly because of the Lakers, announcing, the announcement that Magic Johnson was stepping down. I think, and that was the day before. But, I mean, everyone's talking about this. What are your thoughts on this, since you are so close to the action of what's going on with the Lakers? Did you guys see this coming? Did anybody see this, happening?
Nobody saw it coming. Nobody in the Lakers, nobody anywhere else. Frank, I thought it was gutless. I love Magic Johnson, and it's almost sacrilegious to say anything negative about him. But to resign, to quit to the media, and you don't tell Jeannie Buss, whom you've had a relationship with for how many years, I thought it was gutless. And I think Magic is taking a lot of criticism, and people are saying he did an awful job. I don't think that's necessarily the truth. I think the team was constituted poorly this year, but I think bringing LeBron to L.A. is clearly a big deal, and I think some of his, bringing Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma. So I think there were some good things, some good moves that Magic made, but I just think the way he left was gutless. If he wasn't going to be all in, and if you talk to people around the Lakers, they will tell you he was kind of an absentee president in that he wasn't, in the offices day in and day out. So if he had regrets about the job, fine, resign, walk away. But to quit to the media and not tell Jeannie Buss, I thought was disgraceful.
I have to piggyback on you with Mike, and a little background myself. I was raised in Lansing, Michigan, a big Michigan State fan, so Magic Johnson is basically royalty back there, as he is in Los Angeles. But Adrian Wojnarowski was one of the main, NBA insiders that came out and talked about and went into detail with regard to Magic and what he has been doing as president of that organization, and how it wasn't as if he was invested, right, emotionally and time-wise to that position. And I got to believe that particularly in Los Angeles with that franchise, when you are like Magic Johnson, you are an icon, you're the face of that franchise, and you take that position and you bring in LeBron James, and it looks to be and is expected to be kind of a rebranding and a relaunch of the Los Angeles Lakers on the NBA, and that you're supposed to have a plan and you want to go forward and ultimately be successful, and that means winning championships. That's absolutely what you just said is absolutely right. I think that it's thought of as he bailed, as he quit on the team prematurely, and I think that's not something that should be that hasn't been emphasized enough.
Right. I think Magic Johnson wants to be an ambassador, and he wants to be loved by people, which, like you said, he is. He wants to go around and shake hands and take pictures. I think Magic realized that he didn't want to have to fire people and make those hard decisions, and so he left. I don't care, leave Magic. I have a problem with the way he did it. It was. I really believe it was gutless of him.
I completely agree with you. I thought that the fact that he didn't go to management first, I think it was a huge mistake and showing a little bit of disrespect, regardless of the situation, regardless of the relationships. And if he says he's so close to Jeannie Buss, why would you go to the media first? So, Mike, I could not agree with you more. Okay, so moving forward now, what's the inside scoop? I mean, I've heard rumblings that maybe LeBron James needs to reevaluate the situation. I mean, is there any chance that LeBron James leaves, and is there any chance that Luke Walton comes back?
Now, I mean, before Magic quit 2 days ago, I would say there was no chance that Luke stayed. Now I think there's a slim possibility. I think there's no chance that LeBron goes anywhere. I don't think he wants to go anywhere. I think he wants to be here. He wants to be in Hollywood. He has so many different projects going on. I don't think it necessarily has anything to do with basketball. Because I think if you look at any of the free agents, the big free agents, they're not the leaders for any of these guys.
Right.
But I think just with the stuff in Hollywood that LeBron has going on, I don't think that he wants to go anywhere, and I don't think he has the ability to go anywhere, short of really forcing his way out. But I don't think he has that desire. And
you guys caught up with Cookie Johnson, right? What did she have to say to you guys?
Yeah, she said she's happy that Magic's happy, and they have no regrets. So, given the benefit of kind of watching, Magic receive some criticism, over that 24-hour period before we talked to Cookie last night, they don't feel any differently. They didn't say, "Oh, we wish we would have handled this differently." She just said, "I'm happy that my husband's happy," and that's it. So they don't seem to feel sorry or regret the way it was handled.
Is there any indication with respect to the position of president of basketball operations there? Because we saw, of course, Shaquille O'Neal, he weighed in over on TNT, his thoughts with Jerry West, of course, being across the hall, basically leading the Los Angeles Clippers right now. Sure. There's also been discussion, of course, with maybe David Griffin in Cleveland, given now that LeBron is in Los Angeles and has worked with him. Has there been any rumblings in Los Angeles about who could actually take over that position with the Lakers?
Right. You're hearing those names put forth. Look, with Jerry West did great things for the Lakers. Jerry West is now in his 80s, and he is not the GM with the Clippers. He is a consultant, and I'm sure he adds value to their organization, but he is not making all the decisions. I don't think you can bring in an 80-something-year-old man here. I think Jeannie Buss needs to decide, is this a family business, or are you going to hire another Magic Johnson, or are you going to bring in a really hardened executive like David Griffin or somebody, Sam Presti, whoever it may be, somebody who has proven that they can run an organization. So I think Jeannie Buss, needs to make that decision. Where are we going? Because the last 5-6 years have been a disaster, and I really think they need to get it straightened out now. So I don't know who it's going to be, but I really think that someone like David Griffin, who has a relationship with LeBron, I think that would be a wise decision.
We're just joining us, Mike Babcock, TMZ Sports, talking a little Lakers and the Magic Johnson stepping down, and the way he did it, kind of weird. Okay, so here's something else that was a little weird. You guys caught up with Brett Favre, and I understand Brett Favre, and I understand his history, and of course he's a diehard Packers fan now, but he's saying that Aaron Rodgers is the best player in the NFL. I'm not sure Aaron Rodgers is a top 10 player in the NFL. What is Brett Favre talking about?
Yeah, this all kind of originated from that Bleacher Report article, which, frankly, it didn't paint Aaron Rodgers in a very fine light. But, yeah, he said that he really believes that Aaron's the best quarterback in the league. The one criticism that he had for the McCarthy-Rodgers tandem was that they should have won more, which I think most people probably agree on with the amount of talent that they had, that they should have won more than one Super Bowl. And also Brett's point was that, Aaron, I was a little bit cold to you when you came in the league. Now you see why you need to be guarded around some of your teammates because, when guys leave the organizations, they throw daggers and stuff. So he was kind of using this Bleacher Report story to kind of explain why he was cold to Aaron Rodgers when Aaron was drafted.
It just doesn't make much sense to me why he would say he's the best player. You could say maybe one of the best players.
I think no question. And I think that he has better physical gifts than, say, a Tom Brady. But you really can't argue much with the results.
No doubt. So there's one story.
Super Bowl.
One story you guys have up there that's bothering is, I was talking a lot about the Dwayne Wade, retirement and what went down in Miami, and I thought it was so touching, with Larry Bird, Dominique Wilkins, Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley, they all I'm sorry, I'm talking about Dirk Nowitzki. Let me go back to Dwayne Wade. I get those two mixed up. But what happened with the video that was put out with all the people that Dwayne Wade has touched, I thought it was really touching, and the way Wade went out and what he said after the game, I thought it was really special. What bothers me is the person that he was partying with after his final NBA game. And of all the people that you could party with, if you're Dwayne Wade, you're a future NBA Hall of Famer, you're a special human being, you've touched so many lives. It just bothers me that he's hanging out with Justin Timberlake. Is that just because I'm a Timberlake hater? I don't know. Why is he hanging out with Justin Timberlake?
I I don't know why. Justin Timberlake's a big basketball fan. It wasn't like a one-on-one thing, Brian. There was a bunch of people there. They were at
Good.
in Manhattan is a popular place, and Carmelo was there, and Gabby Union, of course, was there. So, yeah, I don't know why Justin came by. Justin came by with his wife, Jessica Biel, and they all partied, and it looked like they were having fun. It was a 70s themed party, so he had on like a gold sequin jacket and stuff. It was fun times.
All right, fair enough. I guess I won't.
I don't get Brian Shapiro's just dislike for Justin Timberlake. What do you got against JT, my friend?
He's got too many great notches on his belt. Number one, and number two, he sings like a girl. That's my.
Is that a bad thing to have too many notches? Is that some kind of negative?
If you sing like a girl, yes, it does.
Gosh.
Yeah. You have to be a rock and roll legend. Don't be Justin Timberlake or Justin Bieber. I feel the same way about Justin Bieber. I know TMZ loves Justin Bieber. He gives you guys a lot of material.
Well, gets clicked.
That's right. Hey, Mike, thanks so much for your time, my man. Always appreciate it. We'll catch up with you next week.
Thanks, Mike.
Fellas, thank you.
All right, there you go. Mike Babcock, TMZ Sports. Does a great job over there at TMZ. See, Win, isn't it incredible what TMZ has turned into in like the last 10 to 15 years? Because you go back before the O.J. Simpson stuff, and by the way, I think the O.J. Simpson stuff that happened here in Vegas propelled TMZ to another level because they were the first ones to report on that whole memorabilia thing. They got the audio, and at that time, TMZ was really just starting out to becoming huge, and it just seems like every year now, they're the source. They're what people go to find out, not just celebrity gossip. Like I said, sports, and they find the stories, and they dig up the stories, and they have the relationships with people that nobody else has. And they're so much more legitimate now than I think they were 10, 15 years ago.
Well, the thing is there's so many outlets now with the internet, that when you talk about media these days, what are we talking about? We're not just talking about the 3 networks. We're not just talking about PBS, right? We're not just talking about a few radio stations in your town or your city. What we're discussing is all the mediums and ways that people can get information. And so TMZ has become integral in that, right? They have been part of what has become not just the internet. Now they have, of course, TV shows and theme shows, whether it's sports theme shows, obviously other entertainment type facets that they're into. And being, of course, headquartered there in Southern California, you get a ton of entertainment news. And that's look, let's be honest about it. Americans love celebrity. They love it when there's a story about a celebrity, positive or negative. They want to know. They want to dive into people's relationships. They want to know, where they are, what they're doing, and so TMZ, getting in on the ground floor there has become a very credible, and it's not like it's an organization that has put out a lot of stuff that would be considered, improper or not real, right? I don't want to use the term because I'm not going to use the term fake news, but you understand the point I'm trying to make.
Sure.
They have credibility. There's been spots throughout, we all remember the Britney Spears situation that went down when she basically, had a nervous breakdown and was acting all kind of crazy and that stuff was going on. We didn't just have people writing about it, right? You didn't just have newspapers talking about it. We had video evidence. And I think TMZ's really been on the forefront of that type of media. And so it's been beneficial to them, and it's been for better, for worse in American culture. Yeah. People are, immediately informed of situations, whether they're celebrities or whether they're just people in the news of the day.
Speaking of TMZ, every Thursday after we have Mike Babcock on the show, we do a little portion of the segment that says, what 2 celebrities would you like to see get in an octagon or get in a boxing ring and just duke it out and beat the crap out of each other? So I always take calls on this one. I want to know 2 celebrities, doesn't have to be sports related, could be entertainment related, anything. Could be politicians. Give me 2 people that you would like to see in a boxing ring go at it, fisticuffs, and one of them has to get knocked out. The number to call, 257-5396. Again, that number to call, 257-5396. I will tell you, I will give you a new one, and it involves I wanted to see Justin Timberlake and Justin Bieber get into a ring together and duke it out, and I want to see one of them get the you-know-what kicked out of them. And that would be my dream celebrity match. So I want to know, give me 2 celebrities that you would pay pay-per-view money that you would like to see in a ring beat the crap out of each other. Again, the number to call, 257-5396. Again, 702-257-5396. I would like to see Al Sharpton and Anthony Weiner go after one another. That would be mine. I know I believe we have an idea for a fight by our producer, Ken. I always like to hear these from Ken. And give us a call, by the way, at 257-5396. Ken, who would you like to see in the ring go after it? And then I'll ask Chris.
So I thought about this after the last time you brought it up.
Yeah.
And I would do a three-way between
A three-way?
LeBron,
Well, what are you
Kobe,
talking about? Oh, okay.
and,
What do you mean three-way,
Jordan.
though? We
Sorry.
can't do a three-way. We can't do three people in the ring fight. It's got to be two. That doesn't count.
But you got to see who the real GOAT is.
So how about a round robin? We could do a round robin, and that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so give me the three again. Kobe Bryant, LeBron, and who else?
Jordan.
Oh, Kobe would destroy all of them. Kobe would that would be destruction, I think. But that's a good. I would love to see Jordan get his ass kicked. I really would. That's an interesting. Chris, what do you see? Give me a couple fights, two celebrities that you would pay your hard-earned cash, pay-per-view to see in the ring.
I have an outstanding one. I would love to see CNN host of Don Lemon Tonight in the ring against Tucker Carlson. That would be television gold to see that go down.
I thought you were going to say Tucker Carlson and Shepard Smith or somebody like that.
I was thinking Sean Hannity and Chris Cuomo. That'd be another good one, too.
Cuomo? Well, I think Cuomo would destroy him.
Well, you're talking about who would win. I'm saying, you're talking about putting personalities in the ring together.
We got to put
one
odds
has to
on
get
it.
knocked out. I'm saying it'd be hilarious.
Cuomo would be minus 500 against Sean Hannity.
The guy's he's basically a UFC trainer, right? That's how he works out.
Give me two names, folks. I'm talking to you listeners out there. Give me two celebrities that you would like to see in the ring that you would pay your hard-earned money pay-per-view to see in the boxing ring or the octagon. I don't care if it's MMA or boxing. The number to call, 257-5396. Let's go to Fernando. Fernando, who would you like to see in the ring, my friend?
On the undercard, Jesse Smollett and R. Kelly.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. Very creative, Fernando. Kudos. I like that one.
And then the main event, Brian Shapiro versus Tom Barton. That'll be the ultimate.
I fight dirty.
That would be funny, actually.
I fight dirty, Fernando, and he wouldn't have any hair to grab, so he would be in trouble. That's all I'm saying. Fernando, I like those matchups. Very, very creative. I like it. I think Jesse Smollett would get his ass kicked too, though.
All right, have a good night, guys.
All right, thank you. 257-5396. Give me two celebrities that you would like to see in the ring that you would pay money, pay-per-view, to see them go at it. Let's go to Tony. Tony, thanks for calling in. What you got, my man?
Man, what's this guy with the three-way? He's watching too much of that felony fight stuff.
That's our producer, Ken.
I'm going to go with Tonya Harding and Dana Lash.
Wow. Wow, Dana Lash. Wow. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Tony. Never have I rooted for Tonya Harding in anything in life, but that is the one time that I would put on my Tonya Harding hat and I would root for Tonya Harding because Dana Lash is a witch, okay?
Come on, man. You got to get a little more right out of that seat.
Well, nothing to do with right and left. I think if you're going to talk about Dana, look, she's a very attractive woman. She seems to be very intelligent. She's very good at what she does. But with that being said, I think I'm not going to use the W word, but let's just say she will say and do anything for the NRA to make a buck. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. She's attractive, but sometimes she puts herself out there on the internet with nothing in the morning and looks pretty rough.
Well, I'm going to tell that might be true. I don't get up that early in the morning. But, Tony, nothing better I'd like to see than Tonya Harding pile driving Dana Loesch. That would be so entertaining. I would love it. Tony, thanks for the call, my man. I appreciate it.
Hey, if we're going to go the lady right, how about this one? How about Tommy Lauren against Alyssa Milano?
Oh, Alyssa Milano all the way.
Oh, man.
Alyssa Milano is a tough cookie, let me tell you. Both very attractive women. Both have nice careers going, but I don't know.
A lot of guys be fired up for the cat fight there.
Oh, I would enjoy. Are you kidding me? I would enjoy watching that one. 257-5396. The question we are posing is, give me two people that you would be willing to pay money, pay-per-view, to see in the ring, any type of celebrity, politician, you name it. Okay, Chris. And by the way, the number again, 257-5396. Who would you want to see fight Donald Trump? I know you're not a big Donald Trump supporter, but give me, you think Chuck Schumer would have a chance against Donald Trump?
I think he'd have a chance, but who would I want to see?
Yeah.
We all know the answer to that.
Who?
Joe Biden. I want to see Joe Biden and Donald in the ring. You know, Donald can have the orange gloves, the creamsicle gloves, and Joe's going to go out there and he's going to rub the shoulders of his trainer for a little bit and his cut man. He's going to get himself fired up. And then they're going to go at it. I'm telling you, dude, that's the battle everybody would want to see.
You know what I think would happen?
When it comes to Trump?
An hour before the fight, everyone be ready to go. Trump would be in the locker room, and he would call the doctor and say he's got some pain, he's got some bone spurs, and he's going to have to decline to fight Joe Biden. I think Joe Biden has been through a lot more in his life than Donald Trump, and for that reason alone, I'm going to go with Joe Biden on this one.
And then he would call you 5 hours later, Shap, and say he has a tee time set up for out here in Las Vegas for a little round of golf.
He probably
be ready to roll. He can hit the links, but he can't jump in the squared circle.
I would want to see Paris Hilton get in the ring with Kim Kardashian, and I'm gonna.
That's not fair.
Yeah,
Kim Kardashian would destroy her.
Keep fighting until somebody lose consciousness. Pay him whatever you want, okay? But the fight is not over until somebody loses consciousness. Is that wrong of me to say?
I wouldn't say it's wrong.
Is it bad? I don't know. Is it wrong for me to say?
I think it's an indication of your feelings towards these women. Wrong is not a way I describe it.
I'm not a huge fan. You know that. You know I'm not a huge fan of Paris Hilton or Kim Kardashian. I never have been.
But isn't you're saying until they lose consciousness? Isn't that the exact same thing as saying until one of them gets knocked out, basically?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. For the most part, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Do you remember when they used to have like the celebrity boxing? They used to have Manute Bol was 100%. In the ring, and that stuff was fun to watch.
Jose Canseco was in that too, wasn't he? Yeah.
Speaking of Jose Canseco, by the way, he put out that thing that his ex-girlfriend has been banging A-Rod. You've heard that story, right? Mm-hmm. So Lopez was asked about that yesterday on a morning show. And Lopez gave the generic answer, we're not going to deal with the haters. We know we're in love. We know what we're all about. I think Jose Canseco was a little hurt with the fact that his ex-wife was probably doing some things with A-Rod. But would that surprise us that A-Rod's cheating on J-Lo?
Oh, come on. Were you expecting a long-time marital bliss between J-Lo and Alex
They're
Rodriguez?
Not even married yet, though. They're engaged. They're not even married.
But you understand what I'm asking you.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
we really believe that all of a sudden this is going to end in both A-Rod and J-Lo in their 70s, just living, a textbook life with each other till the day they're gone?
Probably not. No, yes. Probably not. But I just bring that up because they're in that world, right? They're in that celebrity world where
you're a target, right?
Yeah, of course.
You're constantly a target, and people are going to want to weigh in on your personal relationships, and that's just another indication of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not a big J-Lo fan either.
No, and we talked about this before, right? Given there's Las Vegas reasons why
we are
not fans of Jennifer Lopez.
We had Dionne Warwick on the show, okay, a legend in the music industry.
Yes.
And I asked her, I said, does it get you upset that, you got these people like Britney Spears and J-Lo that lip sync and can't sing a lick, and does that bother you that they're making enormous? And she said, in shorter words, yes, it does bother me that we are in a day and age now that many musicians or so-called musicians cannot sing, and they use their image. And this has been going on since I was in college, man. Yeah. Since I was in my early 20s. So we're talking 15, 20 years. To me, when I go see a concert, I want to hear music. I want to hear musicians. I want to hear live music. I want to hear people sing, right? And I just think that in this day and age, it's a lost cause. Let's just put it that way.
Well, in today's day and age, there's a lot of vocal tracking where they'll have a backup, that'll cover it, and they'll still try to sing. But
sure.
Let's not try to make out Britney Spears and some others to be Milli Vanilli. No. They can sing. It's just a matter of not wanting to at certain events they do.
Of course. Well, I'll tell you what, Chris Wynn, always appreciate when you come in. You did a great job today firing up the callers. I'm glad I had a teammate in that aspect. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming in. We're going to have some more fun. We're going to continue the conversation tomorrow. And somehow I believe that we will get plenty of calls when it comes to the issue of Donald Trump and his administration. So same time, same place. We'll be back at you tomorrow. Also, of course, Vegas Golden Knights get you geared up for Game 2 tomorrow night, I believe. The puck drops at 7:30 as well. Thanks for joining us, everybody. The legend himself, Ken Thompson, coming up next. Thanks for joining us. The all-new 101.5 FM, 720 AM. KDWN.